guys, it's Sarah from Sarah Abbott Life Coaching, and I kind of realized I needed to back up a little bit. I've been super excited to talk about St. Therese's little way because it just totally aligns with what I learned about life and motherhood and the wife life and my own life as a woman during my cancer journey. But anyway, I want to start over from the beginning and just take a minute to explain what the little way is and how it makes sense to me, because I'm not like a Catholic scholar or something. But when I heard this in a podcast, I knew it was for me, and literally that St. Therese a million years ago gave words to what I just learned in my cancer journey. So I'm going to have to look at my notes a few times so I get all of this right. But basically, the summary of the little way for St. Therese is, I am a very little soul and I can offer God only very little things. It's like coming to the Lord with childlike faith and recognizing I can't do great things, which is interesting in the internet age because everybody wants to be very famous and reach a lot of people. And I think that's wonderful to have ambition. But most of us, like St. Therese says, we're like little souls and we can only do little things. I've heard it called the spirituality of imperfection, and I love that. Just coming to God and being like, I'm going to give you what I can give you, even if it's only like, the faith of a mustard seed or whatever it is. The actions for the little way are doing the thing we do day to day with love. Another way of saying that is doing little things with great love. I love this. When I had breast cancer, I realized that, and I said this in a previous video, but I'm going to keep saying it because it's important that we repeat what is profound to us. What I realized with cancer is that it is the little day-to-day things that make up our entire life and are actually the important moments. So we feel that picking the kids up and dropping them at practice and preparing dinner and eating dinner with even maybe one kid who's not at practice, right? We think all of these little things are just like what we need to do to get through our day, our checklist. But guess what? The checklist is your life. And so being more intentional with that time and just bringing attention to it and being like, these are these little things. And instead of just rushing through them, which is, by the way, what I did for, first 17 years of parenting. Now I try to slow down a little bit and make it more of an offering and just wrap it all in love. These little things done with great love. That's the little way. And I'm telling you, my quality of life is so much better implementing this principle and understanding this principle. Like all cancer survivors, I am grateful for what I learned because boy, when you're facing your mortality, you learn some things, and I definitely am grateful for those lessons. St. Therese said her vocation was love. I love that. I said this in previous videos too. I am a Mohawk mom, mostly home with the kids. I have worked part-time a lot, but I have not had to work full-time while raising children. And so really my vocation is motherhood. That is my calling. That is my purpose. That is how I choose to spend my time. And I think that more Mohawk moms who are choosing to spend most of their time with their kids, we need to be celebrating that. I don't want to get into the mommy wars. I think a million different ways to raise your kids is wonderful. And some of my best friends work full time and they're amazing moms. But some of us choose, like, I guess what I would call like the slower path. That's how I picture it. My life is like a little bit slower because I'm not racing to work and, racing everywhere all the time. But anyway, I do feel that the Mohawk moms do need encouragement, especially when the kids are young, because it's so monotonous and hard with those kids all day, every day, and doing those little things and wiping butts and preparing 5,000 snacks and all of those things are hard. And I want the Mohawk moms to know I see you and what you're doing is a vocation and it is powerful. St. Therese teaches us in the little way to minister to those whom God has given me. I love that. Again, we're in the influencer age when everyone wants followers and they want to influence everyone in the whole world. But really, it's enough to go little and to say, God has given me these people. That's who I'm going to serve. And that's who I'm going to minister to. And that is going to be how I spend my time. That is beautiful. Good job if you choose that. And it's fine if you don't choose that. She talks about tolerating little sufferings as a way to suffer for Christ. And I love it. Her book is really cute, and it gives a million examples of things that annoy her, and she just like offers it up to the Lord. And I've been trying to do that too. I'm a wonderful teacher of the little way because I'm actually maybe the most impatient person in the world, but this little way has helped me be more patient. So when I'm telling my son for the 10 millionth time, wash your hands before you go in the kitchen, because I don't want like school germs, in my kitchen. I mean, it's so frustrating to say the same thing 10 million times, but now I just do it. And in my head, I'm like, Lord, this one's for you. Just gonna tolerate this little suffering, and then there's value in it. And it has actually helped me be more patient. So I think that's really good, especially if you struggle with impatience like I do. And really, I want to tell you, identify my audience. I am speaking to myself at 34 years old. 34-year-old Sarah. I had a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old. I had 2 boys, so my house was like chaos. I have a problem where I'm constantly rescuing a new dog, so there's too many dogs and too much dog hair, and boy, chaos, and it was a lot, okay? And the monotony has always been, I'm an Enneagram 8, and boy, we don't love doing the same thing day in and day out. That is boring. And it was a little soul-crushing boring for me. One of the tools I used to get through was wine. That is not a healthy tool to cope. And I ended up having to give up wine because it became an idol in my life of, instead of going to God to get through, I would just turn to wine. Good day, celebrate with wine. Bad day, drink more wine. Like everything was wine. Can't sleep, drink wine. Like wine. So that was not a healthy coping tool. And I know a lot of moms suffer from that. And actually, when we're watching our shows at night, I notice our whole culture is like, moms drink wine. They drink wine all the time. And I'll tell you, I tried that. That is not a recipe for success. That is a recipe for getting fat. At least that's what happened to me. And not feeling good. And really, it's just not going to work in the long term. So anyway, this is who I'm speaking to. 34-year-old Sarah, the Mohawk mom, mostly home with the kids, working part-time, dealing with the monotony of a 1 and a 5-year-old. And also, of course, the cute moments, but also a lot of monotony. And so I'm just doing this. It's like my little ministry to share the little way and to try to encourage the Mohawk moms like me. That's it. Okay, I hope that explanation helped make things clear, and I'm just going to continue to share little moments from my life. It's like my storytelling of the little way every day in my life and how it is impacting me and my family. I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.